Hello, Sonoma County. Hey, today we're going to talk a little bit about the city of Rohnert Park and what is it all about. It is a really popular relocation destination here in Sonoma County because it is situated kind of on the southern end of our county, which makes it a great commute location. It's very family friendly, so we'll talk a little bit about that, what the housing looks like, what the schools are like, what do you do, where do you eat, even a little history lesson in there. But first, I'm Julie with Sullivan Group Real Estate, and we help people move in and out and all around Sonoma County every year. So if you are thinking about making a move or just want to learn a little bit more about our area, reach out. We'd love to help get you on the path to finding the right place here in Sonoma County or answering any questions you may have. So, maybe I'll answer some questions you have about Rohnert Park today. So, Rohnert Park. First of all, let me give you kind of where is it? Like I said, it does sit on the more southern end of our county. It is right on the 101 corridor, Highway 101, which is our multi-lane freeway that goes through our whole county. Does make it very easy to get on and off the freeway, to get around the county or the greater Bay Area. Kind of put in perspective with a landmark, we are 45 miles north of San Francisco. So when you get off that Golden Gate Bridge, 45 miles right up 101 through Marin County into Sonoma County, and we're just on the other side of Petaluma. So right now there's about 48,000 residents in Rohnert Park, and I would venture to guess that a lot of them probably do commute back into Marin or onto San Francisco each day because it is just 45 miles. So how about a little history lesson now about Rohnert Park? Kind of cool history. The Miwok Indians, the coastal Miwok Indians, were the first inhabitants in the area. Their chief was actually named Kotati, where the little town of Kotati, which sits right next to Rohnert Park, was named. Rohnert Park and Kotati, and there's another little community called Pengrove. They're all really interwoven. Their history is interwoven. Their towns are intertwined. And when we talk about Rohnert Park, we're kind of talking about all three of those areas. So back in 1844, the Mexican government actually granted the area of Rohnert Park, Kotati, and Pengrove to one of their military captains to thank him for his military services. And he held on to that land for quite a while, but also over time divided it up, did sell off some different pieces, and in kind of the later 1800s, he sold a large portion of the land to a seed farmer named Emerson Rohnert, hence where the name Rohnert Park came from. So the area was very agricultural for a lot of years until the 1940s and 50s, when the GIs were coming back from World War II and were looking for housing. An interesting fun fact, Rohnert Park was actually one of the first planned communities nationwide. It was kind of a little test program to see how this would work, to start sprouting up these bedroom communities as more housing was needed across the country. So what does housing look like in Rohnert Park? Well, Rohnert Park was, like I said, a planned community, and it was built up in different sections. And they named each of these sections after a letter of the alphabet. So there's the A section, the B section, and the C section. Those were actually the three original areas that were first built up. And then over time, as the years went on, there was D, E, F, G, and so on. So kind of fun. And then the street names in each of those sections start with the letter of the section. So all the street names in the A section start with the letter A. Kind of fun, kind of interesting. In the last 10 years, Rohnert Park has also had a ton of new construction. They've really expanded that planned community idea and general plan for the city, and have built and are still building. It will be upwards of 2,500 to 3,000 housing units, mostly single family homes, but there are some duplexes and some condominium type style living as well, from smaller homes to large homes. So in Rohnert Park, when you're looking for a home, you're going to have your resale of the homes that were built over, previous to this last big housing build, and you're going to have your new builds. And there's pros and cons to both. They were built very differently. You know, the older homes were built differently than the newer homes are built today. They tend to be on little larger lots. So there's pros and cons to new construction and the other homes, the resale homes. If you are thinking of Rohnert Park as your destination, happy to chat with you about what the differences look like. So let's talk about the schools for a minute, because Rohnert Park is such a family destination that, of course, schools are going to be high up on the list of, they've got to be good schools if you're moving to an area where your kids are going to go. I have to tell you, when I looked online at some of the school rating websites, I was really disappointed with the grades that most of the schools were given. I know a lot of families that have put their kids through the Rohnert Park schools or currently have kids enrolled, and they're very happy with the education their kids are receiving. So I'm not sure how much weight we should put on a lot of those grades you see when you look online. I know there's a lot of school pride in the city schools in Rohnert Park, and there's a high level of parent involvement, which is huge. It's really great to see that. The main high school's Rancho Cotati. It serves about 1,500 students. It's what they call a full service high school, meaning it has all academic programs, including college prep and advanced placement. Plus it has all the extracurriculars like athletics and music, theater, arts, really something for every kid in town. Then there's also Technology High School, which is kind of a small high school, focusing more on tech. And it is actually one of the highest rated high schools in the county, but it is a little more specific to that kind of an interest. But then in Rohnert Park is Sonoma State University, which is part of the Cal State University system. It is considered like a mid-sized campus among all the different Cal State universities, serving like 6,500 to 7,000 students each year. The Sonoma State campus has been in Rohnert Park since 1961 when it first opened its doors, and it was actually in just some buildings they were leasing. And then in 1966, they moved over to what is now their permanent site and have been expanding and growing ever since, and it really is a beautiful campus. Okay, so what do you do? Where do you go? Where do you eat when you're in Rohnert Park? Well, I think one of the first places we have to talk about is the beautiful Green Music Center, which is part of and sits on the Sonoma State University campus. This is a beautiful hall that seats 1,400 people, but then the whole back wall of it opens up in the summer, and there's lawn seating back there, and they have a wide variety of performers every year, from symphony and orchestra to jazz performers, country music stars, even an occasional opera. So it really is quite a facility. It's just gorgeous, and it's actually celebrating its 10th anniversary this year. Then on the west side of Highway 101 is the Graton Casino. The Graton Casino is the largest and kind of the most elegant casino in Sonoma County. It's very Vegas-esque. It is owned and operated by the Graton tribe, Indian tribe, but from what I understand, it is managed by a Vegas casino group, and you can really feel that when you're in there. It has a huge gambling floor. It's got a gorgeous resort-style pool and spa, a big event center where, again, they have a wide variety of comedians and music and bands. In fact, the band Styx, for any of my 80 rocker fans out there, they're actually performing there this month. There's dining options from a couple fine dining places to casual choices. They're all really good. And it also has a 200 room hotel attached to the property. That's beautiful as well. Lots of places to eat in Rohnert Park. Everything from, like I said, fine dining to casual to kid-friendly, fast food options. They have a lot of chain options there. You know, they're Olive Garden and Red Lobster and Applebee's, Chili's. They're all in Rohnert Park. But there's also some really great locally owned restaurants like Paradise Sushi, which is county-wide known as one of the best places to go get sushi. There's El Farolito and Taqueria Tapatio, which are great Mexican choices. And then there are a couple fine dining choices. There's Hana Japanese restaurant, which has been around for years and is just always consistent and delicious. And then there's Tony's of North Beach and the 630 Park Steakhouse, which are both in the Graton Casino that are lovely and do a great job with their food. And then kid activities. There is so much stuff for the kids to do in Rohnert Park. There's just parks in every neighborhood, or every section has a great neighborhood park. There's athletic fields everywhere. They have great little league and soccer leagues and Pop Warner leagues for the kids to enjoy if that's their thing. There's also Skate roller rink. There's double-decker bowling lanes. K1 indoor go-karting, and then there's a Scandia Fun Center with mini golf and batting cages, bumper boats, a big arcade inside. So there's stuff to do for everyone. A beautiful movie theater complex. Rohnert Park really does have it all and is sitting right in a great location within Sonoma County. So I hope that helped give you a little better picture of what living in Rohnert Park within Sonoma County looks like, where it's located, the housing, the activities. If you have any other questions about Rohnert Park, happy to answer. We're very familiar with that part of the county. If you liked this video, go ahead and hit like, subscribe to our channel if you want to learn more about Sonoma County, and ding the bell so you can be notified when we drop new videos every week about everything Sonoma County and Sonoma County real estate. Thanks for watching.